It's time for Eastern View High School basketball. Good evening, everybody. Donnie Johnston along with Gary Deal. Tonight we are bringing you the game between the Eastern View Cyclones and the Culpeper Blue Devils. The Blue Devils, the home team. This crosstown rivalry between two teams that are going in opposite directions. Eastern View has won 7 in a row. Culpeper has lost 9 in a row.
Yeah, it's good to be here with you tonight, Donnie, and with Culpeper Media. We're going to have some good basketball tonight. The first game with Culpeper and Eastern View, as we've said before, Culpeper doesn't really match up with the Eastern View team. Eastern View is 7 deep. They have a lot of good athletes. They have a really good starting 5. And Culpeper is going to really have to play smart tonight, slow the tempo down if they want to stay in the game. And I'm interested to see if Coach Thompson is going to come out and his team's going to fight tonight, or is he going to use this game for developmental purposes for his players, for his underclassmen for next year?
Well, it's been a tough year for James Thompson and the Blue Devils, and it gets no easier. They've got 3 players that are not going to be here tonight, out for various reasons, and none of them are starters. So we at least have the starting 5 intact. But they're going to have a hard time against Eastern View. Eastern View comes in with a record of 11-9, but you take away the 4 forfeits they had in the beginning of the season, their record would be 15-5. The Blue Devils, on the other hand, 6-16 on the season, and only 1-13 in the Battlefield District. It's been a tough year, and it's going to be a tough night for Culpeper tonight.
It is, Donnie, because Eastern View, they don't have size, and everybody talks about that, but what they have are good players, and they all go to the boards. They all go in to rebound, and Culpeper tonight is going to have to be tough on the boards if they want to keep it a close game.
And Eastern View comes in knowing that they have won the Battlefield District regular season championship and will go to the regionals next week as a top seed. All right, we'll be back in a few moments for the starting lineup of tonight's ball game. The Eastern View Cyclones at Culpeper at the Culpeper Middle School, and pretty soon you'll be watching Culpeper and Eastern View basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. Questioning your career path? Explore the opportunity of CNC Milling, a field that touches all corners of everyday life. Get your career on a new pathway. Hometown history is made with each passing season. Reconnect and remember those stories that helped shape Culpeper. Rediscover local sports documentary at localsportshistory.com.
All right, we are back and getting set for tonight's ball game between the Eastern View Cyclones and the Culpeper Blue Devils from the Culpeper Middle School gym. Kate Carter Gymnasium. Anna Kate Carter, a legend in girls basketball from Culpeper, and she had some great teams. All right, like I said, the Blue Devils come in with a record of 6-16, 1-13 in the Battlefield. Eastern View is 11-9 overall and 10-3 in the Battlefield District, and they are the Battlefield District champions no matter what happens here tonight. If they should lose tonight, there would be a 4-way tie for number 1 spot. They had a coin flip or whatever they do before the season. Eastern View has the number, so they will be the number 1 team in the district. This is going to be a tough road to hoe for the Devils, Gary. This is a good Eastern View team, and it's going to be tough.
Yeah, Eastern View is 7 or 8 deep. They have a really good starting 5. All 5 players know how to play the game. They're always in control. They run the ball well in transition. They rebound the ball well. Even though they're undersized, they rebound the ball well. They all go to the boards. And if it's a fast-paced game, it's not going to suit Culpeper. And I think it's going to be a long night for the Devils.
We got 2 Culpeper alumni coaching tonight, Patrick Thornhill for the Eastern View Cyclones, and of course James Thompson, who's been around for many, many years for the Culpeper Blue Devils. And like I said, Eastern View comes in with a 9-game winning streak. They haven't lost since, I think, January the 14th. Culpeper, on the other hand, hasn't won since January the 11th, so they're kind of 0 for February. As we get ready for the starting lineups for tonight's game, good crowd here tonight, as there always is for this crosstown rivalry. Cheerleaders are on the floor, and we will be set for the introduction of the starting lineups in just a couple of minutes. Gary, you know what this is the 50th anniversary of? Next week will be the 50th anniversary of something special.
Tell me, Donnie, I'm clueless.
Pee Wee Chapman's shot against Turner Ashby in the 1973 championship.
I was there, Donnie. I was there. Okay, we got DeMaio Hunter introduced, Tyree Webster, Jace Jackson,
and Jimmy Waters. All right, now for the Blue Devils being introduced.
Nathan Amos. They're going to have to create some space for him tonight to get him open to shoot that basketball. His brother, Matthew Amos, freshman, good player. It's going to be good for Culpeper going forward. We got Devon Cooper. Adam Gassler, number 24. He's going to have to play tough on the boards. And Devin Scott's going to have to join him on the boards, get some rebounds, and try to control those backboards tonight.
All right, I want to remind you about our live sponsor, Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. All right, the officials are ready, the players are ready, the fans have been ready, and we are just about set to go. Culpeper and Eastern View. Jace Jackson will be jumping for the Cyclones. Yeah, I think Adam Gassler. Nope, it will not be Adam Gassler jumping.
Devin Scott.
Devin Scott's going to be out there jumping.
Culpeper's going to try to have to, if they play smart and slow the ball down, and be patient, they can stay in this game with Eastern View. But if they get into an all-court game in transition, you open yourself up to Jace Jackson and Darius Stafford. And it's going to be a long night.
All right, Blue Devils come down with the ball. Scott outside. Amos for 3, in and out. And underneath, we got a foul call. And it will be against Culpeper. Devin Scott charged with the foul. First team foul, first anything. Jackson. Stafford. Moving it around the perimeter. Blue Devils in the zone. Jackson open for 3, and he cans it. 3-0. Eastern View takes the lead. Hunter, a little backcourt pressure there for Eastern View. Amos missed it. Ahead, Stafford. 2 more. 5-0. Eastern View quickly out with a minute gone.
That's what I'm talking about, Donnie. Come down, take an off-balance shot, a quick shot, and then opens you up to that transition all-court game that Eastern View lives on. So you got to play a little bit smarter.
Amos off the glass, no good. Ahead, Jackson dumps it off. Waters overpassing there. They missed a shot. Hunter for 3. Suddenly it's 8-0. And we got a foul called on Hunter. Riding Amos a little hard there in the backcourt.
That last play you called was an over pass, and Donnie, it was somewhat, but I like that. They're playing unselfish when they hit that transition.
And a 3 for Amos. And there's something wrong with the scoreboard there. They didn't put 3 points up for Eastern View, and now they haven't put 3 points up for Culpeper. On the left scoreboard, the right scoreboard is right. Webster. This is the shot. Amos. His brother Matthew driving, and it's blocked, and a jump ball is called. Arrow pointing in the direction of Eastern View. 8-2. Eastern View leading with less than 2 minutes gone, first period. Got a second game coming up later, and it's going to be a doozy. Eastern View and Culpeper girls. And that should be a whale of a ball game. Gassler leads it ahead. Scott. Amos he took that from downtown. I mean, that was a parking lot shot. Gassler with the follow. 8-4. Jace Jackson out to Stafford.
That's what I like about Eastern View. They work the ball, they look for each other, they play team basketball, they're patient.
And Gassler with a block there. We got a foul in the backcourt, and I think that may be on Hunter too.
I think that was on Jace Jackson.
Jace Jackson, okay. Second team foul on Eastern View. Baseline, Amos has it blocked by Waters. Working back outside. Gassler.
Eastern View in a man-to-man right now. Playing pressure defense.
Amos can't get it to go. A lot of pressure, hand in his face all the way, and it's going to belong to Eastern View as the ball goes out of bounds.
Coach Thompson is asking them to move the ball, but they're playing impatient and taking quick shots, and you can't do that against Eastern View.
Three-pointer from outside, Tyree Webster. 11-4, 4:30 to go, first period. Loose ball, knocked out of bounds, touched last by Eastern View, so it will stay with Culpeper. Nathan Amos driving. He cannot get it to go, and it would have counted anyway because he traveled.
Well, Nathan is a great player. He really is, but he's just got to be a little more patient and work the ball because he's dribbling into two people and throwing up off-balance shots, and he's such a good ball player. It's just he needs to slow down a little bit and take his time. I know he feels like he's got to do everything on himself sometimes, but he doesn't have to. He just needs to work off somebody.
And Darius Stafford puts it down the hole, didn't touch anything but nets. And suddenly it is 14-4, 10-point lead for Eastern View. Still 4.5 to go. And Amos for two, got the roll on that one. Knocked out of bounds. Devon Cooper.
Coach Thompson changed up the defense, went to man-to-man, so they're in a man-to-man defense right now. Culpeper is on Eastern View.
Waters. Webster kicks it back out. Hunter for three. Nope.
Good block out that time by Devin Scott. Good rebound.
Amos. And he went into Waters, and Waters will be called for the foul.
The reason they called a foul there, Donnie, is because Waters had his hand down and slightly reached. If he'd have had his both hands up, he wouldn't have called a foul there.
You know, I've watched this a lot of times both in college and high school. They can have their hands up and just stay in there, and a lot of times the official will still call a foul. I don't know that there's any way you cannot call a foul. You cannot get a foul when you try to block those shots. I know technically if you got your hands up, that's okay. Second shot by Amos, and he missed the second one, got the first one. Hunter travel. He was wide open there, had a pretty good shot down close to the basket. He just took off a little quickly. Backcourt pressure. Amos has the ball knocked away but recovers. Matthew Amos, Gassler.
Good defense by Waters that time. He had his hands up that time.
The other way, Tyree Webster. 16-7. And Eastern View comes back with that rebound. Off the glass and in.
With a Euro step, Donnie.
That was.
The Euro step. You don't see that in high school very much. That was a good move by DeMaio Hunter there.
Basket will count, and Hunter will go to the line. 2:39 to go, first period. 18-7, Eastern View over Culpeper. And Hunter cans the three-pointer, 19-7. 12-point lead for the Cyclones. Down low, Matthew Amos tries to force it up, and Waters has a hand right there. Nice play there for Culpeper by Devon Cooper. Amos blocked down there again. Amos comes out, and going in for Culpeper is Jaden Tyler. Matthew Amos came out, and a steal. Ahead, Webster forces it up, nope, kicked around. Hunter is fouled. And that foul is on Nathan Amos. That is his third team foul on Culpeper. Both teams down 3 team fouls here in the first half with 2:03 to go, first period. A lot of action so far. And Hunter misses the first of 2.
Remember the first part of the year, Donnie, when DeMaio Hunter was not in the lineup and he came back about half the year, during about the half the year mark, and the team really improved with him. He's a good player. He's a very good player, and you wouldn't think they would have improved that much with his size because they need size, but he has really added to their skill level on the team.
Oh, he's a good athlete. Gassler misses that shot. Scramble for the ball. Waters has it and travel. 1:48 left. First period, 20-7, 13-point lead for Eastern View. Devon Cooper will throw it in for Culpeper. Gets it into Amos, who takes 3. Way off the mark. Chase Jackson. Stafford. Little 10-footer, nice shot. Billy Thornhill used to make a living on those shots right there. 22-7. Gassler. Baseline. Jaden Johnson can't get it to go. Blue Devils having a hard time down there against Eastern View, who could really jump. Three-pointer, Jackson no good. And ball goes out of bounds. Montreal Street comes in, and Waters goes out for Eastern View.
And Clancy's in for Webster. And Clancy looks like to me, since we've seen him last time, Don, it's like he's grown 3 inches.
I think he's had a good growing spurt here since the beginning of the season. And I saw him Tuesday night over there in a ball game. They won, and he made some really good moves in that game. He's improving. Had a walk there on Devon Cooper.
Yeah, I think Clancy has a good chance to be a really good basketball player by next year. He's a junior this year. If he works on his game this summer and first part of next year, he may be good enough to get a few offers by the end of next year.
40 seconds and counting. Missed there by Jackson, but Eastern View controls. Stafford, short. Warren. Amos misses the shot. 28 seconds the other way. Up and in by Hunter. 24-7. 10 seconds. Gaslin. Warren. Kicks it out. 4 seconds. Amos. No. And the first quarter comes to an end with a score. The Culpeper Blue Devils trailing the Eastern View Cyclones by a score of 24-7. We'll be back with the second period in just a moment. You're watching Culpeper High School basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. Questioning your career path? Explore the opportunity of CNC Milling, a field that touches all corners of everyday life. Get your career on a new pathway. Hometown history is made with each passing season. Reconnect and remember those stories that helped shape Culpeper. Rediscover local sports documentary at localsportshistory.com.
A lot of action in that first quarter. 24-7, Eastern View is leading. And we get started for the second half. It'll be Jaden Tyler getting it in. Outside, a knock away and almost a steal. And Eastern View gets the turnover.
I tell you who else has really improved as the year has gone along too, Donnie, for Eastern View is Stafford. When he season first started, he was a little bit under control, but the more the season has gone, the more games he's gotten in, the more control he has. He doesn't make as many mistakes as he used to, and I love watching him play.
Nice block by Gassler, but he couldn't get the ball, and Montreal Street puts it in.
Stafford plays good defense too. Good, solid defense.
Austin Warren in the ball game now, just made that pass. He's been out for a couple of games with strep throat, so he's not up to full strength tonight. And there's a turnover. Ahead, Chase Jackson for 2. And we got a timeout. James Thompson wants to talk things over before this gets completely out of hand. While we got time, we'll remind you about Battlefield Automotive. Willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. LocalSportsHistory.com. Hometown history is made with each passing season. Reconnect and rediscover local sports at LocalSportsHistory.com. And searching for a promising career? Train to be a certified, always in demand machinist at New Pathways Technical School. located at the Carver Center on Route 15. Take a new pathway to success at newpathways.com.
And Donnie, Sue Hanson, thank you for what you're doing out there at the Carver Center with Pathways. We appreciate all you're doing out there for our adults that in that trade school.
And not only that, but she's got that cosmetology school that she saved from oblivion and has turned that into one of the best in the state. She's a mess. She's good. Stafford, short. Follow up. Up and in by Montrell Street. 30-7. And Eastern View putting on a clinic. Warren outside, wanted to take the shot, didn't. And three-pointer from outside. Solomon Nawabi. Knocked away by Cam Roy. (30-10) our score. 6:09 to go.
A lot of hustle out there by both teams tonight, Donnie. I like seeing that. They're fighting. Both teams are fighting. And love watching basketball players that fight.
Clancy lost it. He thought there was somebody there to pass to, but the floor was empty. So he lost it out of bounds. Amos. Warren can't get the shot. Amos baseline. Off balance shot, no good. Rebound comes down to Hunter. Ahead, Clancy. Nice pass by DeMayo Hunter.
All these passes that Eastern View make are on the money, firm, hard passes, and that's what you need in transition. They were beautiful. It's a beautiful pass by DeMayo Hunter.
Up and in there for Culpeper. There goes Stafford. Nope. Follow up by Montrell Street. He's made his presence known since coming in. Amos having trouble. Ball kicked out of bounds.
So we talked about this pregame, Donnie. If Culpeper gets in a transition open floor game against Eastern View, that they can't compete. So they either had to come out and play a slow-paced game and try to control the tempo and be patient, or the game was going to be like this.
Up and in, nice play.
But it's more fun, right, to watch open court basketball?
Devin Scott with two.
Most people think so.
Hunter, three. Eastern View just putting on a clinic, 37-14. Austin Warren backing in against Clancy. Ball knocked away. And I think the foul's going to be on Cam Roy. It will be. 14th foul on Eastern View. Hunter goes out. Tyree Webster comes back in. Jimmy Waters also back in. Amos. Nice little floater by Nathan Amos. (37-16). Clancy turns and fires short. Warren clears. And a nice pass by Warren to Devon Cooper for two. 4 minutes to go. First half. 37-18. Eastern View on top. Waters. It's a little out of his range. He got it back. Roy. Nope. Warren. Simpson can't get the shot. He was too far under. And the ball tossed out of bounds, and it will belong to the Blue Devils. 3:30 to go, 37-18, 19-point lead for Eastern View. Cyclones have led all the way. Warren for three. And foul is going to be called on Simpson. That is the 14th foul on
So Nawabi.
I think that's Elijah Simpson. They
12?
changed jerseys here
Oh, okay.
because Nawabi's not playing tonight.
Okay. Simpson.
Waters. There's another situation overpassing. Nice swat out there by Waters off the glass and in by Sewidar.
Donnie, as a coach, I'll always take overpassing versus not passing.
Well, that's true, but you gotta if you get that open shot, you gotta take it. I mean, they had a.
Give me overpassing every night, Donnie.
Okay. Well, there was passing in there right there. Devin Scott for two. Webster can't get the ball to go in. Warren comes down, holds on for dear life, and gets it off to a guard. Amos off the glass. Nope, it didn't go off the glass. It went in the basket. 39-22. Devils are making a little bit of a run here.
Amos having a decent first half. He's got 9 points.
Waters. Oh, that would have been a beauty. That was Sports Center material if it had gone. No foul call there. Amos thought he was fouled.
Coach Thornhill coming back with 4 of his starters.
And we'll pick them up as they go along. Stafford's back in there.
Street, DeMaio, Hunter.
Yep, Street is staying in there.
Yep. Tyree Webster's back in.
Montreal Street has played well since coming to the ball game. He's got a good spark there. And 2-on-1, Stafford. Easy bucket. And we got a timeout on the floor with 1:44 to go in the first half. Eastern View leading by a 41-22 score, and we will pause for 30 seconds.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found in Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. New Pathways Career and Technical Education, 423-2134. LocalSportsHistory.com. Learn more at info@localsportshistory.com.
41-22 our score, 1:44 to go first half. Eastern View in control of this ball game and has been all night. Crowd building here for the second game. Usually the boys game is the premier game, but not tonight. We got two great girls teams going at each other in about an hour.
Good shot by Gassler that time. Took his time, patient, zoned in, and hit a nice shot.
Yeah, good shot right there by Jace Jackson for three. It is 44-24. Back to a 20-point lead for Eastern View. Amos, Gassler again, and he got another one.
Yep, Gassler he doesn't get enough touches.
Stafford outside. Off the mark. Hunter. He ain't got Austin Warren on his back, went up, got the basket, and will go to the free throw line.
That showed the strength right there of DeMaio Hunter, Donnie. I mean, Warren is a big young man, in shape, strong, and DeMaio kind of handled him down there on that play.
That got the three-point play there 47 to 26. Almost another steal. And we do have a steal. Eastern View with numbers. Street tried to dunk it, missed it. Now the loose ball. And Warren can't make the shot go. Jackson all the way, and he got two. 49 to 26 with 22 seconds left. Amos off the glass. No basket, but we got a foul.
Eastern View is, they're relentless tonight, Donna. Even though the game's up, they're up by 20 of 25 points. They're playing in front of their home crowd. Both teams are playing in front of their home crowd, but that makes it, it gives you more motivation because you want to get out here and look good in front of your home crowd on your home court. And it's not like playing an away game or another team from nearby from around in the region somewhere playing Culpeper, and you want to look good playing them.
Well, most of these kids know each other.
Yes.
I mean, they've maybe been together in middle school or whatever, and it's, they want to do well. Oh, look at that. Jace Jackson down the middle. And the first half comes to an end on that note with the Eastern View Cyclones leading the Culpeper Blue Devils by a score of 51 to 28. They were late putting that score up. 51-28, Eastern View on top. We'll see you after the halftime break here on the Culpeper Media Network.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. Questioning your career path? Explore the opportunity of CNC Milling, a field that touches all corners of everyday life. Get your career on a new pathway. Hometown history is made with each passing season. Reconnect and remember those stories that helped shape Culpeper. Rediscover local sports documentary at localsportshistory.com.
Well, Gary Deal, as we suspected, it has been all Eastern View in the first half. The Cyclones leading by a score of 51 to 28 over the Culpeper Blue Devils. And we've had some good scoring by Eastern View. They got some good numbers on the board.
Yeah, Donnie. DeMaio Hunter led Eastern View with 14 points. Jace Jackson chipped in 12. Darius Stafford had 9. And they had their will playing great defense, which caused a lot of errors from Culpeper, and just got into the transition game, and Culpeper couldn't stop them. For Culpeper, Nathan Amos led the way with 9 points, and Gassler had a good first half. He had 6 points.
All right, we are set to go for the second half. We remember, too, we got a second game coming up about half an hour after the first one. Eastern View and Culpeper girls, and that should be that's the feature attraction tonight. Eastern View with the basketball. Jace Jackson takes a long three, and everything they're throwing up is going in tonight, 54 to 28. Starting off where they left off in the first half. Simpson, baseline to Warren. Nathan Davis, down low. Scott turns, puts it up, no good, rebound.
Good rebound by DeMaio Hunter that time. He couldn't grab it, so he tipped it to himself, Donnie. That's kind of a skill in its own. If you can jump up there and tip it to yourself, you don't see too many kids doing that anymore, but it's something good to learn.
Well, Hunter he's just a good athlete. We got a foul called on the floor, and going to the line is going to be, well, he's not going to the line. It's not a shooting foul. It's on the floor. Outside, Simpson. Shot no good. Rebound under Warren. In traffic. Has it swatted away by Waters. That's about 3 or 4 blocks tonight on him. Other end, Darius Stafford for an easy bucket with the left hand. 58-28 now, 30-point lead for Eastern View. Warren all the way under. Scott outside. Simpson. 10-footer will not go. Rebound comes down to Scott, and he lost it. Waters just took it away from him. Hunter off the glass. Out to Stafford. 10-footer. Can't get the roll. Down low. Simpson. Amos. 3-pointer is short. Stafford. 3-on-2 break. And that's twice that Jace Jackson is trying to stuff it.
Jace Jackson,
can't get up there.
He's been trying to dunk that basketball for 3 or 4 games, Donnie. He's come close, but he just can't get up that high.
Well, the thing about it is, you know, in a game that's wide open like this, is not, but he tries that in a 2-point ball game. I've seen that happen. I've seen guys miss it.
That's quite a leap for Jace, though. Jace is probably, what, 6 foot maybe?
He may be 6'1".
6'1". That's a good leap for Jace. He keeps
is.
trying. He's going to get there. He can probably do it in practice, but it's a little difficult for him right now.
Stafford underneath. Waters up and in. 60-28. Eastern View just keeps pouring it on. Scott. Simpson throws it way out to Gassler. Now Amos is open for 3, and he got it. He hasn't had many looks like that tonight. He's been pretty well tied up. All right, we got a timeout on the floor. And during this timeout, we'll remind you about UVA Community Credit Union, strengthening the financial health of our members and of the Culpeper community. UVACreditUnion.org. LocalSportsHistory.com. Reconnect and discover local sports at LocalSportsHistory.com. Searching for a promising career, trained to be a certified, always in demand machinist at New Pathways Technical School, located at the Carver Center on Route 15. Take a new pathway to success at newpathwaystech.com. Crowd building in here for this second game. And we got, how many we got in here tonight?
I don't know, Donnie. What do you think?
I'd say
900, 800, 900?
Yeah, I'd say close to 1,000.
Yeah.
It's pretty good crowd here.
Pretty
I
good
know
crowd.
you would not be able to get them into high school, Jim.
I agree with you. But back in my day, that gym at Culpeper County High School was always packed.
It was, but it didn't hold as many as it does, we have today.
No.
3-pointer is up and in for Devon Cooper. 60-34, Eastern View. Under 5 minutes. And foul is going to be called on Devon Cooper. Hunter will throw it in. Gets it in down low. Give and go. Trying to get it into Waters. Waters couldn't hold it. And it will belong to Eastern View. Kicked out by, I think, Amos. And I got blocked out on there. I don't know who had that ball on the baseline. The official was in my way, so.
I'll tell you what, Donnie, it's going to take a good team to beat Eastern View in the regionals. I expect them to do well. They don't have the size they had last year, but they got overall better. I think better players, skillful players that know how to play the game.
Unless they run into a team that has a really big lineup, then they're going to have, they jump well and they do well for their size. They just got 4 rebounds down there. Couldn't get a basket. Amos, no good. Rebound Jackson. Underneath. And Hunter. 62-34. Matthew Amos the other way is fouled. Waters is going to be charged. Again, we remind you that after this game is over, it will be the Eastern View girls who are trying to go unbeaten in the regular season with a 20-0 record. They're 19-0, and they'll play Culpeper, which has a great team. So this is going to be a really good second game tonight. You do not want to miss that. You still got time to get out of here. A few seats left on the other side. We'll slip you in somewhere.
Or, finish eating your dinner and take a shower and then sit by the TV and watch us on TV, Donnie.
Absolutely. Amos got it. 62-34. We got one scoreboard that's not doing a lot, and we're going to have to watch that. They just put new scoreboards in here, and one scoreboard is not up to par. Montrell Street missed it, got it back again, and Street forced it up.
That should have been traveling, though, Donnie.
Well,
he shot the ball, it didn't hit anything, and he caught it back. So that should have been traveling. Referees missed that.
But you know what? I was going to tell the referees at halftime, I didn't catch their attention. I haven't, they haven't even been noticed in the first half, and that's good. If you don't notice the referees, they've done their job. They're not overcalling anything. And Matthew Amos puts in 2. Good job of the referees in mine. They may have missed one, but. Street down the lane with the left hand, puts it up. I think it was partially blocked. Clancy out of his range. Nathan Amos tried to draw the foul and did, but he couldn't get the basket.
This is a good hesitation move by Nathan Amos on that. I like that move.
Oh, yeah, he was definitely trying to draw the foul in there. And he did. Nathan Amos at the line. Foul is on Clancy. Third team foul for the Cyclones here in the second half. Elijah Simpson about ready to check back in. And second shot is in by Amos.
17 for Amos.
Quietly.
Tonight, quietly, yes.
Clancy. He's trying those outside shots, and I'm not so sure he's an accomplished outside shooter at this point. Amos for 2 more. That's 19 for him. 64-41, 2:41 to go. Third period. Hunter can't get it to fall. Scott. Matthew Amos, the freshman. Gassler. Amos. 3 men on him, and he still got the ball in the basket. Nice play, 21 for Amos.
See, they showed a little more patience there that time, Donnie. If they just started the game out like that, they would have been a lot closer, I believe.
And we got a timeout on the floor. Patrick Thornhill wants to talk things over. 2:04 third period, and we will pause for 30 seconds.
This broadcast is brought to you by the following community sponsors.
Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found in Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. New Pathways Career and Technical Education, 423-12 2134. Localsportshistory.com. Learn more at info@localsportshistory.com.
64-43 our score here in the third period with 1:58 left. And again, remind you older fans out there, this is the 50th anniversary of Culpeper's only boys state championship basketball.
I'll give you a trivia question, Donnie.
All right.
Who's the most famous basketball player you've ever seen play here? Now, I'll give you my opinion. You give me yours.
Well, there's no question about that, Ralph Sampson.
You're exactly right. I knew I couldn't get one past you.
I've got some pictures of him that I took that night.
And Steve Lyons gave him a good game that
held
night.
him to 19 points. Steve Lyons was a really good athlete. His brother Eddie is still around in this part of the country. And Steve was a good baseball pitcher, and he was as quick as anybody I've seen, except maybe Harold Jones, down under.
Yeah, well, Harold Jones knew how to play basketball. He knew the game.
If anybody
he was all-state and probably the best high school basketball player that Culpeper's ever had. I don't mind saying that. He's got all the credentials for me to say that, Donnie. He was all-state, won a state championship. Now, I know Mr. was good, and he was an excellent college player, and he made professional the NBA. But Harold was one heck of a high school player.
Harold is, I still think Mister's the best ball player. Harold was better at what he did, as Montrell Street puts another one. Harold was more of a competitor. Let's put it that way. Harold was not to be denied. Clancy dumps it off, up and in by Hunter. 68-43. Eastern View again on the break. Hunter has it knocked away this time by Matthew Amos. And I think a foul is called, and Hunter's going to go to the line to shoot two. And we probably have two of the starters of that 1973 team in the gym tonight. Ernest Brent and Sonny Bowles. I'm pretty sure Sonny's here.
It's two good ones, two that I graduated with.
Oh, they're good. DeMaio Hunter puts the first one in as Gassler returns, and coming out is Devon Scott. Second shot coming from DeMaio Hunter, and he couldn't get that one. Street right there puts it back up. Montrell Street, he is playing some good basketball.
And when I say I still say Mr. is the best basketball player to come out of Culpeper, okay? Donnie, I want to get that straight. But as far as high school career, Harold Jones has the credentials that he should be right up there with Mr. or in my opinion, I think maybe better. As far as high school only.
I'm going to disagree with you on that. They're both pretty good as the third quarter comes to an end. Culpeper trailing Eastern View by a score of 73-43. We'll be back with the fourth quarter in just a moment. You're watching Blue Devil basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found in Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found in Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. Questioning your career path? Explore the opportunity of CNC Milling, a field that touches all corners of everyday life. Get your career on a new pathway Hometown history is made with each passing season. Reconnect and remember those stories that helped shape Culpeper. Rediscover local sports documentary at localsportshistory.com.
Final 8 minutes coming up. Are we going to have a running clock or not? I don't know. 73-43. I would say not, because home fans want to see these kids play. Outside Clancy Doe. Austin Warren into the lane. Nice move, but he couldn't get the basket. All right, go ahead, Deal. Say it.
Oh, the note that I just wrote you?
Yes, you just wrote me.
I said Mr. is the best basketball player to come out of Culpeper, but as far as high school credentials, he didn't win. He wasn't All-State, and he didn't win a state championship, and Harold did.
Harold had a supporting cast. Harold had a really good supporting cast, and I don't think Mr.
Well, there's one right there sitting right beside us, Mr. J.T. Thompson, who was damn good himself.
He was.
The best shooter probably I've ever seen in high school, one of the best shooters.
He was.
And Shanks, Freddie Shanks, I mean, didn't he play with Mr.?
He may have, but there's that 73 team, they were all good. Second shot up and no good by Warren. He got 1 or 2 and got the ball back. Three-pointer by Amos, no good. Scramble for the ball. And bodies all over the floor, and the whistle blows, and problem is when we're sitting over here at the score stand, we can't see the arrow which way it's pointed. But the ball's gonna stay on the tie-up with Culpeper. Matthew Amos to his brother, and his brother dumps it in. That's 23 points for Nathan Amos. Cam Roy. Nope. And I didn't see who got that. Darius Stafford got it. Drew the foul and will go to the line. Like I said, we got a second game coming up in about 25 minutes after this with the girls of Culpeper, the girls of Eastern View, and that's going to be a real good ball game. So make sure you stick around for that. Matthew Amos in among the trees, and he is fouled. (76-46), 30-point lead for the Blue Devils. The first time these two teams played, Eastern View won by 19. It's going to be a bigger one this time. Matthew Amos can't get that first shot to go. I think some of these guys are tired, man. They have been running up and down the floor. Eastern View has taken it to them. As far as running is concerned, they've gone from one end to the other in a hurry.
Yeah, they have a great transition game, and like I said earlier, they all go to the boards and rebound the basketball.
There goes Stafford. I mean, they don't give you a second to rest. They just bring the ball down as fast as they can. Gerald Washington now in the ball game for Eastern View. Amos can't get it to go. Got it back, lost it out of bounds.
I will say that Amos is not getting many calls tonight. He's been fouled a couple times where they haven't chosen to blow that whistle.
They pretty much let him play. They know there's a crosstown rivalry, and Amos is coming out. I think he's got 23 points right now, and he's going to get a break. And then we do have the running clock. Stafford. Three-pointer will not go. Loose ball. Washington comes up. Outside, Suidor.
Washington's been playing good basketball too, Donnie.
Yep.
Played a good game last game.
And
so is Suidor.
Nice play there by Josh Suidor. And Matthew Amos. That's not your car, is it?
No, I parked in the rear of the school.
Oh, okay. Lots of subs in there. We'll pick up for you as you go along. Matthew Amos at the line. The reason I mentioned that, if you care the PA system, they tried to find the owner of a certain car. Are we back?
I'm not sure. I think I'm not hearing it in both.
Are we all right? Okay, we're back. We just had one of the players come over and knock our equipment off the table. Eastern View with the basketball and a big lead, and there's a steal. All the way, and a miss. Elijah Simpson. And the other way, Sewardor puts in two. Steal. Sewardor again, all the way. And nice play there by Simpson to knock the ball loose. Way outside, Cam Roy turns and fires. Nothing but net.
Cam likes to shoot the ball. He's a good shooter too. I like his confidence.
78-49. Jaden Johnson turning on Washington. Downloaded Johnson, who wheels, forces it up, and he is fouled by Washington. Jaden Johnson at the line. All kinds of subs coming in now for both teams, as this one's been way out of control for a long time, 82-49. Second shot up and in. 3:49 to go in the ball game. From the corner, Washington. Three-pointer will not go. Culpeper comes down with a rebound. Hoffman in there. Matthew Amos, nope. Hoffman trying to get the rebound, but he can't. Long three-pointer, kicked around. Washington comes up with a loose ball, forces it up. No. And Jaden Johnson clears the board for Culpeper. 3:06 left in this ball game. Hoffman. Nope. Ian King down the lane, and foul is called underneath. Foul's called on Matthew Amos. And now we got a buzzer going off. Gonna get it stopped. They just put in new scoreboards, as we mentioned earlier, about 2 months ago. And obviously they're not operating 100%.
And Tony Brads, the superintendent of schools, was coming over earlier before we started tonight, Donnie. Remember, and he was bragging on those scoreboards.
Well, I think he put them in, and that's the problem. That's the problem. So.
Now they are nice scoreboards.
They are, and they'll get everything, all the kinks worked out, and that's why they had to. They switched the games earlier in January because the first game was supposed to be here between these two teams, and they had to switch it because scoreboards were not working.
Dr. Brads does a good job.
Washington clears. And we got a whistle. 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Well, they had the running scoreboard, and now they've stopped that. And we got one scoreboard says 2:18, one scoreboard says 2:50 left. And number 14, Ian King, going to be charged with that foul for Eastern View. Bryce Clitty in the ball game now for the Cyclones, number 1. We'll pick them up for you as they do something.
I think the interest and the excitement is we're starting to get a little buzz in here right now for the girls coming on, Donnie.
Oh, I can't wait. That's going to be a great game.
I agree with you. I mean, I'm interested to see how Culpeper plays tonight against Eastern View. They have a really good team, and so does Culpeper. I've enjoyed watching both of those teams and those girls play this year.
Oh, yeah. Both in there for Matthew Amos. And, of course, we got to watch the scoring there. Three-pointer outside is no good. Autumn Fairfax, she got her 1,000th career point the other night during the Chancellor loss. So she stands at 1,006 in her career. 1:38 to go, so that'll be somebody to watch. Of course, Eastern View has all kinds of talent. Both these teams do. Washington almost threw it away. Mancha down low, Ian King. Three-pointer. Hoffman clears, lost it. King. Washington for three. Nope. Get a little ragged out there now, boys and girls. Minute to go. Amos for three, yes, from the corner. Matthew Amos. His brother's out with 23 points, I think, tonight.
That's what I have him for, Donnie.
Clitty. Nope. Not Ian King, excuse me. For Jaden Tyler from Culpeper comes down with the ball, and he's fouled. And the clock, I think we're going to believe, is the one to the right, and that says 38.5 seconds left. Jaden Tyler goes to the line.
Who's going to win the Super Bowl tonight, Donnie? I mean, not tonight, Sunday night.
I kind of hoping the Eagles do.
You're hoping that the Eagles do?
Yeah, I like the Eagles. You think Washington's got a chance?
Washington. Now, you know I'm a Washington fan, so that you're cutting on me right now, right?
Well, I could have called you a cowboy.
Well, Freddie Shanks and Rodney and Dobie White and all them are not here. Maybe they're staying home because they're disappointed that the Cowboys are not playing Sunday night.
They're probably in therapy.
Yeah.
And Jaden Johnson is
and
wrapped
Blue,
up.
Don't forget Blue.
Yeah.
Blue Brown.
17.9 left in this one, and we can mercifully put it to bed. Both these teams will be playing in the district tournament next week. Tournament for Eastern View starts Monday and Tuesday, and we're going to whistle. The district tournament will be Monday and Tuesday. Eastern View will host both nights, should they win the first night. Ian King. And ball game is over. That's the end of the ball game. The Eastern View Cyclones just kind of demolished the Culpeper Blue Devils by a score of 82-54. Quickly, let's run down the scoring here when you get a chance, and we will put this one away and get ready for the second game tonight, and that one will be, of course, the Eastern View Cyclone girls trying to complete a perfect 20-0 regular season against the Culpeper Devilettes, who are 16-4. It's going to be a great game. You do not want to miss that one.
Okay, Donnie, for Culpeper, Nathan Amos had a good game. Had 23 points. For Eastern View, they had 4 players in double figures. They had DeMaio Hunter with 19, Jace Jackson with 17, Darius Stafford with 14, and Montreal Street, like you said earlier, he had a good game. He had 12 points tonight.
When Montreal comes in, he plays well, and that was he's just a good ball player. All right, we will be back in about 20 minutes with the game between the Eastern View Cyclone girls trying to stay unbeaten and the Culpeper Devilettes, who are determined that they're going to lose a ball game before they leave this gym. Until then, Donnie Johnson, Gary Deal, we'll see you in a little while. You're watching Blue Devil basketball on the Culpeper Media Network.
Able Heating and Air, answering any and all questions you may have about your HVAC system. There's peace of mind knowing they are able to keep your home comfortable. Able Heating and Air, 718-7556. Found & Sons, more than a respected funeral home, they support youth at all levels so they can become tomorrow's leaders. Found & Sons, 825-3530. Battlefield Automotive, willing to take your trade and offer up to 125% of Kelly Blue Book Fair Trade value, along with a free trade appraisal. Battlefield Automotive, 547-3673. Questioning your career path? Explore the opportunity of CNC Milling, a field that touches all corners of everyday life. Get your career on a new pathway. Hometown history is made with each passing season. Reconnect and remember those stories that helped shape Culpeper. Rediscover local sports documentary at localsportshistory.com.